हेलो एवरीवन। आज हमारे शो में एक बहुत स्पेशल गेस्ट है बिकॉज वो उन गेस्ट को मैं करीबन 8 साल से जानता हूँ एंड दिस गेस्ट इज गोइंग टू बी अमेजिंग। उनकी स्टोरी बहुत अमेजिंग है। जब इस पॉडकास्ट में अपनी स्टोरी सुनेंगे तो मेक श्योर यू टेक एक्शंस अबाउट इट। So this is Start with Shivam podcast and this is season 1. I'm going to share a special guest today. We have Megha with us.
Hi guys. Hi everyone. My name is Megha. I am a business owner. Yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I always thought that I'm never gonna say this, but I'm saying it, and I'm so excited to be here.
Oh yeah, we are super excited.
Meeting after
Long 8 years.
8 years.
You have grown so much, right? Megha, I still remember 8 साल पहले जब हम मिले थे. You remember हम कैसे मिले थे 8 साल पहले? It was a co-working space, and I believe you were working with some media company out there that time,
So,
right?
When we met, I was working with HD, and I remember I was going through some medical emergency, like some weird things happened with me, and I had like a lot of free time, and we obviously connected, and that's when I thought that it's a great time to just upskill myself. And the fact that I was already working in a media company and literally coming from an engineering background to a marketing job was literally like it was a challenge in its own. So when we met, the whole idea was to upskill myself and learn more and get into the nitty-gritties of digital. And
Megha, I want to point you one thing here, right? I still remember जब 8 साल पहले when you started learning digital, getting into digital, and right now हमारे podcast के viewers को पता होना चाहिए you're a business owner. It took 8 years to get into a job, to a different job, and as per my knowledge, you went to Microsoft, right? You went to Autodesk, you went to the biggest agencies as well, and you work with the finest companies of the world. But after working from there, you quit your job, or maybe is it quit your job?
I wish it was that I quit my job like every entrepreneur story. But unfortunately, I think I got laid off from my last job. It has been a very emotional experience for me because I feel things way too deeply than any other person. So I'm a big empath. So, one fine day, I woke, just wake up for a meeting and I see my HR and I see my manager and I'm like, oh my God, is this what it is? And they told me that, hey, we don't need you anymore.
Were you expecting कि आपको job से निकाल दिया जाएगा? Or like, is it something, some sort of information, internal information coming?
For me, like I was not expecting, but I was low key. I thought that I might see this day because literally past few months have been like really bad, especially in the tech space. And I have been working primarily in tech giants. It never happened with me in my previous company, but then, like I joined this company and I'm having a great time, like literally leading global marketing strategies, traveling, leading team and literally having that global experience, which I always aspired. But then, I think even getting laid off from your job is the best thing that happens to you sometimes. Because I remember talking to one of my friends and telling her, oh, I want to go full-time on my business. And
But maybe that was a sort of motivation works for you. But I'm going to ask you one quick thing, right? Because बहुत सारे लोगों को जॉब से निकाला है. ये हमने ये फेज देखा है, right? So
Yeah.
tough phase of the global economy. However, there's people जिनको जॉब से lay off किया गया, उन्होंने फिर दूसरा जॉब ज्वाइन किया, right? What makes you, kind of inspired? Okay, no, I'm not going to work with any Microsoft or the, Googles of the world. I'm going to start my own business. How are you able to take that risk actually?
I'll tell you, so I have been the kind of person who always likes to play safe. I'm never the risk taker. I really evaluate all the pros versus cons, positives, negatives. But then I think low-key, this is what I manifested somehow, and something that was running as a side gig. I thought, it's July 27. I get laid off from my job. The worst day of my life, like literally of my corporate experience, because I've really been quite like I've had really successful corporate stint, and but then on that day, my sister, she walked up to me. She's like, hey, you know what? This is the best thing that has happened to you. Don't look at it like that. And obviously, at that point of time, I won't say my business was doing great, but I had a lot of belief in my business model, and in whatever that we both, me and my sister, were trying to build. And that's when, so I had like a lot of emotional support.
Discover this is the business I want to grow. Like how this aha moment happened actually.
There was no aha moment to it. I am just a passionate person who who always wanted to do something of her own. And low-key, I always wanted to inspire women around me. I remember when, even in that co-working space where you used to together, there was this quote I still go back to that quote. It was that you become do not seek for inspirations, or become an inspiration. Like, do what you want to inspire, basically.
So technically, a single piece of content can impact so much.
Yes, so it was low-key back in my head. And then obviously I listened to a lot of Oprah Winfrey. I absolutely love her. And I remember listening to one of her podcasts, and she said that everything should have a purpose. So even with whatever that I do, whatever that I used to do back in my corporate days, or whatever that I do now, I always keep in mind that I have to inspire women around me.
Okay.
And I want to empower them. And I think that's the only purpose that I have in my life.
How do you define this Aura jewelry brand, right? You're the founder of the jewelry.
Yes.
So how do you define your brand in say one line?
Sorry, I might get emotional about it here. I think it's a piece of my heart, for sure. Definitely. I'll take you back to 2020. It's lockdown. I'm working in Microsoft. I get free by 6:30, and now I don't know what to do. I'm done with my workout and everything. But then, obviously I see a lot of, I hear a lot of inspiring stories, what to do. And then, I always wanted to do something of my own. I'm like, hey, you know what? My corporate goals are met. I'm 26. I'm a marketing manager. What's next for me? And that's when at that point of time, my sister, she was graduating, and both of us just decided to do something together.
In 2020, in the lockdown?
In 2020, we did not know what to do, but I just know that I want to do something with her, because she's my biggest source of inspiration. I think she's the one who just keeps me sane.
Okay.
So, but in 2020, so after doing a lot of research, and obviously, I think when you do something out of your passion, you should do something that you are really good at, and that is something that you would really want to.
It's more of a passion project,
Exactly.
rather than you did a market research around it or something.
Yeah, so I just introspected. I'm like, hey, you know what? I've always been a jewelry enthusiast. So why not do something around the jewelry space? And then ever since I was a corporate girl, I used to struggle wearing real jewelry, and I've lost so many pieces of real gold jewelry that I thought that maybe girls need something which is more versatile, something which they can wear every day. And that's when we started we started with the whole research, ordering products, this, that, so many things.
Megha, you know what? A normal girl, if you see, this podcast right now, maybe they'll say, oh, she's a privileged. She worked with, Microsoft. She worked with this brand. It's so easy to, right? So easy to, start a business after, leaving from Microsoft. You have so much good network to support you. That you have good, people to support you, right? But I really want to know from you how big it is challenging a small business. Or it's not small, it's going to be big business. But how much challenging is, kind of managing right now?
I think it has been a roller coaster ride for me, because when we started it as a 2-person team. Now my dad also helps us here and there. We have a couple of interns who work with us. So I think it's the whole teamwork. It's not just me. Obviously, the business is driven by the passion of the founders, because that's integral to whatever that you do. But Aura is something that is personal to both me and my sister.
But what were the challenges you faced, while scaling this?
So I think one of the biggest challenge was reaching out to the right set of audience, and I think that was our biggest challenge, which is why we also started exploring
Okay.
the offline route of marketing our business. And when I was literally brainstorming on the marketing strategy, I thought that, okay, you know what, I need like an omni-channel approach, maybe just building having a
Especially
social.
the early stage of your
Yes,
business, when
yes.
you're not trusting online much, you have to tell them this is the brand you have to look and feel about.
Absolutely. So I think that was the thought behind whatever that we do, and reaching out to, because as a business owner, you know that, hey, this is my TG, this is the person I want my
Right, psychology, right?
Yeah.
You have to understand what the person who actually is your
Yeah.
target customer, right?
Yeah. So I think, and that's when the whole marketing thing came into play. We experimented with a lot of things. We did performance marketing, influencers, so many things. Some things worked, some things did not work. But obviously,
What is working for you?
I think right now, can I say honest?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's so many budding entrepreneurs who might be actually listening to this and maybe watching out of YouTube. You have to be honest.
Yeah. So I think right now the biggest driver of our business has been it not just has been social media, but also the pop-ups that we do.
Right.
I think doing pop-ups have really escalated our awareness game.
So you do exhibit at some big events,
Yeah.
take a stall, put your portfolio product.
Yeah. I won't say that's like 100% of what we do, but yes, just taking that step of just being present. Obviously, you don't go there with an expectation of making money. Yeah, it's more of, so investing in brand building activities at a very nascent stage, I feel, is very integral, because it helps you. First of all, you'll meet so many people. You will understand that, okay, you will understand, you will get like a feedback on your product.
100%.
You will get like, okay, you will understand, okay, this is what they need, because they'll tell you that, hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have that? Do you have this? So doing that online, I think this is the challenge that you face in the online world,
Yeah.
that you don't get that real-time
Real-time.
interaction or real-time feedback. Because
It helps you to
it
shape up the
helps you-
next version. Or
yes, and I think that has been a huge driver, and I would say that has been really a game changer for us.
I just go back because मेरी जो audience है वो mostly वो लोग हैं जो business start करना चाहते
Yeah.
हैं, या फिर there are a lot of digital marketers who actually follow us. And you want to know, right? जब 2016 में आप HT में काम कर रहे थे, right? मुझे लगता है उस टाइम पे प्रायोरिटी थी कि मुझे कंपनी छोड़कर दूसरी कंपनी ज्वाइन करनी है, आई वांट टू हैव अ बिग सैलरी. लाइक कभी आपने सोचा था कि आप यहाँ पे बिजनेस कर रहे होगे, और कभी सोचा था कि आप मेरे पॉडकास्ट में आके ऐसा कभी सोचा था?
No, obviously,
Because I believe you're first generation entrepreneur, right? Like अभी आपकी फैमिली में I don't think there is a business people
No.
out there, right?
So both me and my sister, we are first generation entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And low-key, I always, like I said, I always wanted to be in this space, like,
Okay. But
so-
how it happened, right? Because of the people around you. Because as people say, you are the average of 5 who are sitting with, right? तो ऐसे कुछ business लोगों के साथ में आप
I
network
think,
करते हो.
no, I'll tell you. I think the biggest driver for me to get into this journey full time has been my corporate experience and whatever things that I've learned during my 8 years of corporate stint, because it really shapes you as a professional.
Sort of MBA for you.
Yeah, you can say that. Doing an MBA has always been my dream, which I still haven't really done my.
मेरे भी
right?
I believe जब हम business करते हैं तो
Yeah.
business हमें
वो full time
more of a-
होती है,
yeah.
guys. So please run a business if you want to learn what goes behind an
How
everything.
digital marketing help you to scale this business?
You-
Because you know that there's so many D2C brands, they're spending so much money. But you said, offline marketing is also working for you. But how come, learning of digital is actually helping you to scale your company?
I'll tell you very interesting thing that happened with us at Aura was that we shot. So we had like a new collection. This was literally a second collection, and one of our ring, we call it the Emma ring. It went viral on Instagram.
MRA.
Emma ring. So it was a heart-shaped ring,
Okay.
nothing fancy, but it went viral
Okay.
and or very organically.
Is it because of reel or something?
No, it
Okay.
was a basic static post, but obviously, I was very consistent with the way we were managing social media. So, thanks to the platform itself, thanks to the algorithm, thanks to the people who were interacting with us, it got us really. So, it really changed our social media game.
Right.
We got so many followers, we got so many orders. And I was stunned. And that's when I figured that, oh my God, this is what I used to do for other brands in my corporate experience. Why am I not exploiting those skills? And that's when I went full power. And, we started to explore influencers. We started to explore performance marketing as well. We've recently started, but I always knew that if we get
But
to
having the psychology,
Yes.
having the understanding of social media is
Yes.
definitely shaping your
Yes,
business. Right?
100%. Because, I'll tell you how digital marketing and my own learnings have helped us shape the business overall.
Books पढ़ते हो आप?
Uh,
कोई ऐसी बुक जो आपको लगता है कि मे बी उसने आपकी लाइफ में काफी कंट्रीब्यूट किया हो?
I think one book that has really been instrumental, and I go back to that book again and again, is Think and Grow Rich. Oh God, I know it's the most cliche book that
Right.
you will hear it from every other person,
Right.
but it is solid gold. You get really nice pieces that you want to go back to again and again. But more than books, I am a audio visual sort of person, so I consume a lot of podcasts, and I obviously gather my knowledge here and there. And then, like I said, my corporate experience has really helped me shape into the kind of entrepreneur I want to be and the kind of person that I am
Very
right now. And that's why people say that sometimes I get very hard on people, but then I feel that
Okay.
it's okay.
Interesting.
It's needed.
So Megha, what three advice I should say that? What three advice to give to someone who want to start their business, right? And they should take care of while starting their, startup.
I think before answering this question, I would just like to add on that digital thing,
Okay.
the digital marketing question that you asked. I'll just quickly precise it in 2-3 points. I think digital marketing and obviously, having an online presence helps you. It helps you reach out to a wider set of audience. And the best thing that has really helped me, even in my own journey, has been data analytics, because I keep on going to my campaign back and back. It gives you that agility, and you get real-time data, so you know who you are targeting.
More of a data-driven marketing. I see
Yeah.
that, right?
So that aspect of digital has really helped my business.
100%.
And I think every budding entrepreneur, anyone who's running a small business just like me, they should look into it. They should not ignore it.
100%.
And this is what is gonna be my advice to people.
The number one advice.
Number one advice: take your data seriously. Try to gather as much insights as possible.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't matter the amount of money that you're spending. It doesn't matter the number of followers that you have. We are living in a world which has where how consistent you are.
Right.
That matters.
True.
But
Great. Go with the numbers, data.
numbers,
Second advice.
analyze. I think second advice is to be very consistent with whatever that you do.
Okay.
So you
It's
have
going to be a long journey.
it's not a sprint. It's a long race.
Right.
You have to be patient and you have to be very consistent with what you're doing,
Right.
because it's a long journey. So you cannot be the person कि आप अब बस social media पे आए 3-4 दिन and then you're done. You're overwhelmed. obviously people will have their creative fatigue moments, but then be consistent in whatever that you do.
Second is consistency.
हाँ,
What's the third one?
I think the third one is just be a lifelong learner. Keep upskilling yourself. Don't think that, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I'll have people to look after my marketing, my business development, so and so.
You have to learn.
You keep on learning. Try to get into details of everything. That does not mean you have to micromanage people, but that means that you have to just be there, because I think that's very important as in that journey of being a nice
I
leader
can
also.
relate. I can relate
Yeah.
to that, right?
So, you have to be there. You have to go and probably be present in any of your social media.
I can relate because, at Skill Circle, we have more than 200 employees, 7 campuses. What I see, I'm learning every day. There's so many new problems actually comes, right? We have to learn from those problems.
100%. Be a lifelong learner, because the day you stop your learning, your growth stops. Because just imagine, after running like 100 years and sitting at a podcast, what will you talk about? You have to talk about your journey. You have to talk about how you upskilled yourself. I think
Mega, one last question, right? Because हमारे पास बहुत सारे messages आते हैं हमारे DM पे. I am working somewhere and should I quit my job or should I do something business along with that and then I launch it? This is a very common question, right? मैं सबसे पूछता हूँ, आपसे भी पूछ रहा हूँ, right? When you quit your job, right? You started your own company or you laid off, sorry. Now my question is like, should someone get into corporate experience first, then start a startup? Or maybe I'm just graduate from some college, right? And I want to start a company. I just go and start it.
I think please get some experience. That's crucial because that builds your fundamentals as a professional, and it helps you be a good leader at the end. So if you're someone who wants to do something of your own, please, while everyone disses the idea of 9 to 5, I think you should think beyond 9 to 5.
Oh, yes. Think beyond 9 to
Yeah,
5.
you please think beyond 9 to 5. And if you're so passionate about something, I know that it will keep you awake even after 5 o'clock. So when you're in the beginning, do it or as a side hustle. Think of how you can scale it and then take it full time. It shouldn't be the case where you've gone all in, and because then it just leads you, it ends up in a bad state of you being just demotivated.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for having to have you here. It is such a grateful moment for me because I know you for 8 years. It's good to see you growing, right? Thank you so much for joining. And to everyone who actually watch this podcast, or maybe you were just listening to this podcast, I want to tell you, हम बहुत सारे episodes लाने वाले, but you have to take action by taking watching to this podcast. मेरा ऐसा मानना है YouTube का content आपको inspire कर सकता है, but if that content is not inspiring, you take action and you have to think about it. Till then, subscribe to our channel and ऐसे ही podcast को सुनने के लिए हमें Instagram पे भी follow. This is Shivam Ahuja at Start with Shivam podcast. See you in the next episode. Thank you.